I'm going to call this meeting to order, and we're going to add to our agenda, we've got to renew the CD for the War Memorial, and we have an errors and omissions form from the listers, so I'll add that. And with that, we have the minutes of October 5th.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of October 5th.
I'll second that.
Okay, any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, we have warrants 8 and 8P for review and approval.
I'll make a motion to approve bills for payment, warrants 8 and 8P.
I'll second it.
Okay, any discussion?
Just in the warrant 8, there is the labor for the server that the treasurer got for the town office and for the server. And that would go along with the labor that we passed on warrant 7 2 weeks ago. So I believe they pretty much got that wrapped up for ARPA.
Okay, yes, so that's an ARPA.
ARPA expense, yes.
Okay, other discussion? The total of that warrant is $56,001.13. And also being paid are payroll taxes, the sheriff's monthly, rescue monthly, highway supplies, and the ARPA payment. So, any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, let's see. So, ARPA funding.
Okay, we have the Waysville engineering, for the engineering on the Leonard Road, Stickney Brook Road intersection culvert project. So, would you like me to make a motion?
Sure.
Make a motion to authorize engineering to be done by Waysville Engineering for Leonard Road, Stickney Brook intersection. This would be an ARPA funding, and it's not to exceed 7,000.
Second that.
Okay, any discussion? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. We don't, we're all
Yep.
set with that.
Yes, so you did approve 3 of them. The other 2, he needs to still come down and look at, but he's so busy now, and he figures Thanksgiving, just after Thanksgiving, he'll come down and look at the other 2 projects and give prices
Great,
Okay.
for those.
good. Let's see. Okay, anything else on ARPA?
But nothing that I'm aware of
Okay.
on the ARPA fundings, you know.
Mhm. All right, let's see. We have Laura Sibilia due to arrive any moment, but we'll move on to the road foreman's report. And any FEMA updates?
We have a conference call next week at 11 o'clock with FEMA. I don't know, Lee, are you gonna be on that one too?
Which day is that?
It's Wednesday at 11.
Okay.
That is, I don't know what they wanna call it. We're moving from, it's an update, we're moving from Bill, who was our regent, to the head regent, to go over everything and see if we have any complaints, if we wanna make sure everything's in line. So we're in the end game process. This is like our exit process that gives us the last review. So that'll be next week.
All right. What else is going on, Lee?
All right, to go along with that, FEMA, Camp Garden Road is still the same. It's passable, complete, except for the guardrails. So they must be just delayed on getting those put up. Once the guardrails are in, then we pay the last bill and we should be complete on that.
I had a question about Camp Garden, what we're talking about it. So we're not done with it, so that's why the construction signs are still up.
Those are Chris's.
Oh, those are Chris's? Okay.
Yep, all our signs are picked up. I'm not 100% sure why, yeah.
I just had a
Yeah,
resident ask me.
Yeah, I had somebody mention it to me.
Oh, okay, all right. Thanks, Lee.
But they're not our signs.
No, no.
Okay, so we did have a MSHA inspection the other day. It was actually when I was on vacation, so Tyler got to experience some of it.
Yeah.
And then I finished up the paperwork the next day. So that's for the mine safety for the gravel pit.
Okay, but this is for the
Car-
gravel pit, not carpenter.
It is for Carpenter.
Okay.
Gravel pit. The other one's technically closed because we're not running a crusher in there, or we personally. When Basin comes in to crush, they actually have to open it up for that period of time that they crush. So this is just for Carpenter pit. We did get dinged on a couple little things. When the fire extinguisher down there wasn't inspected, annually inspected. It was fine, it's just, it didn't have the tag on it. That wasn't our fire extinguisher. But the paperwork, they had asked for a couple of new task training for Wayne and I from like originally when we started work. And we've never been asked for that, and of course I couldn't produce it, so we'll see. I don't think they're gonna be big fine, but there will be a fine to go along with that. So, he was helpful, he just told us more things that we need to do. Or, you know, what to keep track of and all those kind of things, so. And he actually knew J.P. Sullivan, he worked down in the Hudson Valley before, had a big apple orchard down there. Yeah. So we did start making some sand for next year, just stockpiling it down there. Been doing some grading, hauling gravel, blowing the leaves we started. It's a lot easier to keep up with them, and so they don't get all packed down, it just goes quicker. We installed around 25 culverts this year, taking care of pretty much most places where we had the problems with the flooding. That was our main goal. There was one out on Campfire Road, which is a real big structure that we can't do anything about ourselves. So, Campfire. The grant and aid, that's gonna be an awesome grant. It sounds like from now until into the future, where they're allowing us to do the stone line ditching and all that. We're just waiting to hear word back from them. It should be any day. And then we're gonna start installing culverts for that grant during fall, and then we'll do the ditching in the spring. That's about all I have on that list. Yes.
Any questions for me? Okay. Great, so let's move on. Is there anything under correspondence for information you'd like to go over? Okay, let's see. We received an attorney's letter regarding the property line, campfire, and the gravel pit. Anything you want to do there? Or just let it lie right now?
Right, let it where it's,
Yeah, we would like.
Don't have any response to it.
no.
Yeah, I didn't happen to see that one.
Yeah.
But, yeah. They get from our attorney or Putney's to Campfires. Is that the,
This was a proposal from.
Oh, a proposal.
Campfire
The proposal, yeah.
To move the property line.
okay, all right.
So, let's see. Under new business, let's see. I guess we're caught up on the ARPA.
We have received all the ARPA funding,
Okay.
so we've got it in hand now. That's the one update. And then Charlotte sent us around that new little, the 3 ways or ideas of way to use the ARPA funds. And I did some digging and more digging, and there's no more explanation than what she gave us. So it's kind of one of those things where I'm not sure yet. You know, if you want to, gives you a little bit of tidbit, but no real guidelines. So
Yeah.
I'm sure there'll be something coming.
Yep. Okay,
So
good.
that was
I hope so.
Well, let's hope so, because that wasn't a whole lot. So that was the only thing. Downstairs you're looking for. So that's
Okay, let's see.
it.
That's the update.
That's the update.
Okay. We can move on to one of the things we do just about every year. And
Yep.
that is the Green Mountain Mummers have requested use of the town common on October 30th at noontime. Coming right up.
I'll make a motion to approve the Green Mountain Mummers request to use the town common on 10:30 at noon.
I will second that.
Okay, any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, I'll try to see if I still have that email and I'll let them know.
Okay.
If I have any trouble. Let's see, okay, so we have to renew the CD for the war memorial. And we have it here, Community Bank. It's going to mature on November 8th. And Charlotte would like us to be able to renew that.
I'll make a motion to have Charlotte renew the CD at Community Bank for the Dummerston War Memorial.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, all right. There. I'll let Charlotte know. Okay, then we have the errors and omissions from the listers. This just makes an adjustment in an assessment.
I'll make a motion to approve the errors and omissions from the listers.
I'll second it.
Okay, any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, so we each have to sign that. Okay, let's see. Under new business, David, you went to the, I guess, a presentation of steps at the covered bridge going down to the river.
Correct. It was an interim meeting of a number of different participants reviewing the initial project design for that area and the steps by Fitzgerald Environmental Associates. There were a number of organizations represented at the meeting, the town, the Conservation Commission, the Rivers, and from the state, the Rivers Commission, the Environmental Agency, and another one, which I just forget now, but there were about, I think about 15 different people meeting. The design is, as you know, the grant for the design was covered fully, and the cost of the project, when it is approved, would be 100% covered by a grant from the state. There'd be no cost sharing requirement. The design has been suggested design, and there's an interim report, and they were wanting, Fitzgerald was wanting feedback so they could make adjustments if necessary in the design. It's quite a large project. It involves the parking lot, the spring pond to the
rain garden.
The rain
Rain
garden.
garden.
Rain garden. Inserting culvert. This would be the steps leading down to the river. There's a pond, and there's a collection of water collects there, so they want to be able to move that to this, where there's also a little collection area, and then and then it would move down here to the rain garden. These arrows show the direction of the water movement that is when it rains and so on and so forth. The design of the steps themselves is sort of made to minimize maintenance and to make them as safe as possible. For example, they're infiltration steps. So the thing that goes down is wooden, but the step itself is gravel. So the water would go through into the sandy soil beneath, because the soil is quite sandy there. So this is actually shows the pitch of the steps going down from the top down to the bottom, and a lot of questions were raised. I raised the questions that you had suggested, and they have been noted, and that that we for example, the potential liability, the potential for responsibility for repairs in the event there's damage, ice damage or flood damage and so forth. So those have been, we put those out, those questions, and we expect the engineering company to come back with responses to those at the next meeting.
When are you planning on having it? When's the next meeting?
They haven't.
They haven't scheduled it.
That.
Yeah.
I'll let you know, of course.
Yeah.
It'll be
It'll
sent
be a
to
while.
everybody. But
Yeah.
it'll probably be a while. But
Yeah.
I don't know if you're familiar with this, Joe. They seem to be a very, very competent group. They're from Colchester, actually. But they seem to have done a very thorough job.
The other question I had, just thinking about this, I don't know if it's gonna make any difference. It probably won't, but I'm watching all the work on Route 30 with them putting that drainage stuff on the side. Would they be doing it on that side too? For the Route 30?
That's a good question.
You don't, I mean,
I don't know. That's a good. Would that interfere with the?
I don't know. I mean, I'm just watching
yeah.
all this work
Yeah.
going on. They're putting this special, I don't know what it is, the tubing on the sides, and I mean.
Well, there wasn't anybody from V-Trans at the meeting. They would know, right?
Oh yeah, somebody on.
So
No, this is actually a swale.
swale.
It is
That is
a
a
swale?
swale, yeah.
Yes, that's not pipe here.
Okay.
The only culvert is right here across
Yeah,
the
yeah,
driveway.
but I mean, yeah, this is the swale, but they're putting in on all these swales
Mm-hmm.
that whatever black tubing, and there's
Under drain.
through the whole thing. So, I mean, it's a big project going on from Brattleboro up. I don't know, I'm seeing a side of a road that,
Why don't I raise that question then with them?
okay, that'd be,
Probably makes a difference if this is in the states right away.
well, they've got these little tags all over. I mean, they're up even near the Taft Cemetery, they've got the little markers, so, I don't know, they're working on,
They're going fairly fast, so I think we'll find out.
yeah, I was saying, we're gonna find out.
Oh,
It's
and by
just-
the way, the date, the projected date to do this is a year from now.
All right, that's what I was wondering.
Yeah, so,
Yeah.
November 23. So there's
Lot of
plenty of
time.
time to
Yeah,
make
but
sure.
that's the only thing, that's,
Good start.
yeah,
Thanks for
Yeah.
but,
Right. Let's see, do we have any other new business?
we don't, that I can, I think we've hit everything.
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
There you go, we're done.